Hi Rhea, my assistant and I both really enjoyed speaking with you today. You're obviously very skilled and you provided astute responses. My primary concern with moving forward is that it's important to me that my team members work for the company full-time and not have other job obligations. In light of this, we are going to pursue other candidates for the role. Thank you so much for your time.
And in this video, I'm going to tell you why I think I was not hired from that job. The purpose of this video is to give you an idea of why some hiring managers will be hesitant to hire you. Now, if you're a call center agent and you want to know why you're not getting hired, I also have a separate video about that I have filmed previously. It's called Reasons Why You're Not Getting Hired in the Call Center. So you might want to check that out. I'm also going to link it up there so you can check it out after this video. Now, in this video, I'm specifically going to talk about my experience when I applied for a work from home position. Now, this may or may not apply to you. It depends on what type of job you are applying for. The first reason is obviously I was not the right fit for the job. When I got this invite to have an interview with the company, I thought that it's actually a great company to work with. However, currently I am also working full-time for another company. So it was quite a decision I had to make. I almost backed out from the interview, but I thought, why not just attend the interview and see what will happen? So I got the invitation for the interview from onlinejobs.ph, and they invited me because they saw my profile from onlinejobs.ph, and so they thought that I would be the perfect match for the job. But it turns out that some of the reasons that I provided during the interview were not really fit for what they're looking for from a social media specialist who would be working with them. And why is that? First, they need someone who can work for them consistently 40 hours per week or 8 hours per day. And they also have a very specific or fixed schedule, which is 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. Philippine time. And just by thinking of that fixed and very consistent schedule, I immediately thought that maybe I was not the right fit, because I would want to go for a job wherein I can have a semi-flexible schedule for which I am already having now. Like the current job that I have allows me to work at least at different times as long as I'm able to complete my tasks or fulfill my responsibilities or duties as a content creator. So going back to a fixed schedule or a consistent schedule would be such a difficult adjustment again for me. I need something that I can do freelance or at a different time of the day and not just fixed 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. Because to be quite honest, I've already been there. I am not really keen on going back to that type of arrangement. So in that case, I knew for sure that my priority was still to keep my current job that allows me to have a flexible schedule than to go back to a job that has a fixed schedule. So what I can say is when you're applying for a certain job, and let's just say a call center interview, and you're asked whether you are open to working during weekends, holidays, or graveyard shifts, and if you say no to those questions, then there is a high chance you will not be hired at all, because that is one of the requirements of the call center company. In this case, you have to know your priority and you have to put everything in order first before you decide to apply for a certain job. So if you're looking for a daytime job, and so you happen to see a job posting for a call center job, most likely you will not get it if you only prefer daytime job. Another thing is that your salary expectation might not be fit for what the company is looking for. So if you are pricing yourself too high and they can't afford you, then most likely they will not hire you at all. In my case though, my salary expectation is already posted on my online jobs profile. So the hiring manager already knows what to expect when it comes to my salary. So it was not really a problem to me in that case. The second reason that you might not get the job is that you did not consider the position statement or the needs from the job posting. So in my case, for example, when I got invited for the interview, I did not really get all the details or the information. But when the hiring manager sent me the position statement, like it contained the things that I needed to do, my responsibilities, or my would-be duties as a social media marketing specialist. Now, it was stated there that they need someone who can work consistently, as I've mentioned on the previous item, right? But then I knew that I couldn't work a fixed schedule. So I added on the form, I wrote on the form that if it would be possible to work a different time or a different shift, just for them to consider, since they ask on the form what, okay, sorry about that, because they ask on the form if I have other proposed schedules. So if you're the one looking for a job, you also need to consider what is written on the position statement or the job posting, because most of the time we tend to overlook some of the important details. In my case, although they mentioned a fixed schedule, which I am not amenable to, I still pushed through with the interview because I thought they would give me a consideration, given that they were the ones who emailed me. But it looks like they really fixed on that kind of arrangement wherein I would have a fixed schedule. So for example, you will see a job posting for a call center job, and then it says there that they're hiring a college graduate or someone who knows how to use the computer, who knows how to use Microsoft Word or Microsoft Excel. And if you haven't graduated from college yet, or you don't have any idea how to use Microsoft Word or Excel, then safe to say that you are not qualified yet for the job. But then again, do not take it personally, because that just means that that job is not for you yet, and there will be other jobs that will be fit for your qualifications, or let's say if you have already graduated from college. Number 3 is that it's possible that you don't have the experience that they're looking for just yet. So in relation to what I've mentioned earlier, sometimes employers will look for specific people who have specialty skills or skills that can help them contribute to the growth or the development of the company. So for example, if they need someone who can work on the computer, need an IT specialist or an HR specialist, and you don't have an experience with any of those yet, then that just means that you might not get the job. In a work from home setting, a lot of employers are also looking for people who have experience. But then again, as I always say, it doesn't mean that as a beginner you don't have a chance to work from home. It's just that you have to look for the right job that fits your skills or the qualifications that they are looking for. But you know what? Even if, let's just say, there's one minor requirement that you haven't met at all from the job posting or the position statement, and if you really want to get that job, and as long as the job posting did not specifically say something like, if you don't have call center experience, do not apply, or something like that. If it's something that you really want to try, I'd say go for it. Just go to an interview and see how it feels, see how it would turn out, because sometimes even if you did not meet one minor requirement, they might as well consider you, depending on how you answer the interview, depending on how you impress them, right? So we never really know. Sometimes you just have to take a chance. The next reason is that I have other sources of income, and this might also be applicable to you. During the interview, the hiring manager asked me what other sources of income I have, specifically the current one that I have, because I was kind of arranging a flexible schedule with her, and so she probably thought that since I already have other sources of income, it would be easier for me to just leave her company or quit the job because I have another source of income anyway. So that's also kind of a red flag to her. And so just a reminder to you, If you apply, make sure again you lay down your priority. If you have other sources of income and it seems to bother your interviewer, you have to find a way to convince the interviewer that that source of income that you have is not going to hinder you from doing your job well or from performing. And most importantly, it's not going to let you just leave the company right away. So it's really a matter of how you explain yourself to the interviewer. And the last thing is that my heart is simply not into it. And I'm saying this because I know for sure that you have applied for a certain job that you do not really feel comfortable with, or you are not 100% sure you'd really like. Sometimes it will turn out well, sometimes it won't. Now, in my case, that interview was something that I did not really look forward to. That job was something that I wanted to do because I wanted to have another source of income aside from the one that I have now. And I was like trying out if I could get the job or not. And so probably it reflected on how I answered the interview questions and how I was, or what my behavior was during the interview. I was probably very pushy on the flexible schedule that I wanted. And so the hiring manager probably thought that, okay, if this person really wants to have the job that I'm offering her, she would do everything she could to get the job, even though it meant that she will work a fixed schedule of 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. Because it's really true. When you want to get the job that you're applying for, you will do everything, even if it means that you have to sacrifice a little bit of your comfort zone, right? You cannot really choose the schedule, especially when, let's say, you really need the job. And so that's one of the reasons that I think I did not get hired. And obviously, that is really one of the reasons, because from the email that I was sent to, the hiring manager informed me that they will consider another candidate who would work for the company exclusively. So there. So let me end this video by telling you what I have learned from this entire process. I have learned, of course, to never take it personally. In every job interview that you will attend, there will be some things that will not go well. And so even though it really did not go as what you have planned or expected, it's okay because it is still a learning experience. For example, I have learned the different interview questions that some hiring managers might ask during work from home interview or application, which I will also share with you in my next video. I have also learned that, as I've mentioned, when your heart is not 100% into the job, then there is a high chance that it will show, and it will, it will be obvious to the interviewer or the person who is hiring you. And lastly, if you attend a lot of job applications, and let's just say you haven't been accepted yet, whether it's for a call center interview or for a work from home position, do not despair if you don't get the job right away, because every interview that you're attending, it's not going to be a waste of your time. In fact, it's going to be a learning experience that you will take with you every single time you attend another interview. So I hope I have given you some ideas and inspiration on what you should think about, what you should say, or how you should behave during your interview, whether it's work from home or BPO or call center interview. So if you like this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't yet, and be part of the Ninja Squad community. And so see you again on my next video. Take care and bye-bye.